The Wii is called the Wii because it's literally the word we, and the two eyes are supposed to be two people standing next to each other. Also, it's really easy to say and remember. But then that makes their naming conventions with the Wii U grammatically confusing. Now that that's out the way, I'm not exactly breaking news here by telling you that almost everyone has a personal memory or story about the Wii. Maybe somewhere in your house there's a random nunchuck stuffed in a drawer with a whole bunch of other miscellaneous cords. Maybe there's still evidence of a hole in the wall made by a launch Wii remote not properly strapped onto somebody's arm. Maybe the image of a right hook taking you off your mother feet from the heavyweight champion of the world is forever burned into your nightmares. I mean, come on, Matt, let somebody breathe. Damn. Whatever it is, the Wii era was an undeniably pivotal part of the culture. Nintendo made a perfectly niche product that appealed to casual gamers like your mom and single-handedly raised a generation. The Wii was so perfectly niche that it made gaming itself not niche at all. Hey, what's up everybody? It's the Brett Show, and today I was just thinking about the Wii, so I decided to stop everything I was doing and make a whole video about the Wii. Cause let's be honest, it's now old enough to be an ancient relic of human history. I mean, it came out in 2006 and honestly maintained relevance since then, and we're gonna talk about all that relevance today. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and also let me know in the comments if you still have your Wii, because it could be worth money. Who knows? I might be making you a buck. Before the Wii came out, there was the GameCube. People had it, but it was just getting banged on by the clearly superior Xbox and PS2. And because statistically and technologically, the PS1 banged on the N64, Nintendo was on like a 12-year losing streak at this point, so they had to come up with something. The overall gaming market at this time was really obsessed with graphics, and it was also not really appealing to casual gamers. Or should I put it, not appealing to people who didn't know that they would become casual gamers. Nintendo saw this potential gap in the gaming industry, you know, the casual gamers who just wanted to sit down for a little bit and have a quick, concise experience, and filled it with couch co-op emphasis, with innovative simplicity, and just overall niche. And they overall just wanted to make something that everybody could enjoy. I mean, it was literally called the Wii. On purpose, Wii. This was never supposed to be a buy yourself type of thing. And that might be the reason why everybody has collective memories about this thing, is because we all shared it with somebody else we loved and cared about. And in November of 2006, Nintendo came out with the Wii, and it was an immediate success. And eventually, everyone got around to having one. And it's crazy that it was an immediate success, considering that it was such a foreign idea, but everyone had one. They sold 102 million copies, or units, not copies, and they were sold at $300 a piece. I mean, technically, we didn't care about that as much because we were the kids, kind of like how the Switch is also priced at $300 and way cheaper than the Xbox Series X and the PS5. And to add on to that $300 value, one of the best games ever came packaged with the system. And here we see it again, Nintendo operating within the margins of the gaming industry. And with its release and success of the Wii, Nintendo put itself back on the top of the gaming industry, you know, taking its L's with the N64 and the GameCube. But look here, stay with me now. All traditional gamers have controller button mapping ingrained and burned into their minds without even realizing, and I'm about to explain it right quick. And I promise you, this has to do with the Wii as well. Even though on most keyboards there's an up, down, left, right arrow, we are still already knowing that WASD is how you move in a game. Somebody who's new to gaming won't pick up on that, but somebody who's been playing games, they already knowing that instinctively. When you are playing a shooter, you already knowing that left trigger is to aim down the sights, right trigger is to fire. When you're playing a racing game, you already know that left trigger is brake/reversing and right trigger is go forward accelerate. These are just things that traditional gamers just already knowing before even opening the box. You just know that off the top of your head right now. And this mental hurdle can deter people from gaming entirely. Just go ask, you know, I don't know, your mom or your shorty or your grandma, just, hey, play this game with me real quick. She's had to learn all the controls that you already been knowing for your whole life, but that's a mental hurdle that they have to go over and learn at whatever age they're learning it at. The Wii is just stupidly simple. Click and point, or shake the controller, or balance the controller. All quick and easy controls that everybody can master because we all have functioning motor skills. And also, the Wii was ahead of its time with accessibility anyways, because even people who didn't have all of their functioning motor skills, they could still play these games. a lot of the times, as the Wii was one of the first really accessible main consoles. I mean, look at the controller. It didn't have too many buttons on it anyways. 1, 2, D-pad. I mean, it had a right one trigger on the back of it and a nunchuck. That's really all you had to know. And the A button. I don't know what it was about the general public and buttons in the early 2000s, but they hated them. They had to get them up out of there. And to be honest with you, it's probably all Apple's fault. But anyways, all that stuff made the Wii appealing to casual gamers, like your mom again. I don't know why I use your mom as an example, but you know, she's an example. And just like that, the Nintendo Wii was found in common places, even in homes, in schools, in hospitals. They were even used in therapy sessions. They were just everywhere because it was easy to use, easy to learn, simple, operating in the gaps. And just like any other amazing console, it had amazing games to go with it. And just like any other Nintendo amazing console, it had amazing Nintendo games to go with it. First of all, I referenced this before, Wii Sports. Now, you cannot tell the history of video games without at least mentioning Wii Sports. Some of the greatest games ever came packaged with the consoles that they came on. Tetris, Wii Sports, and something else that I'm not thinking of right now. The Wii Fit was an extension of the Wii that started Nintendo's whole active lifestyle era that they had going on. And remember how I said, they were the captains of the couch co-op era. So this means games like Mario Kart, Mario Party, Super Smash Brothers, WarioWare. Nintendo was really starting to carve out its own niche with this one, and it was working. And it was working a lot because the competitors didn't really delve into the couch co-op era as hard as Nintendo did. PlayStation and Xbox, especially at this time, were moving into the online pay for Xbox Live Gold era, which, you know, has its own gripes, but also has its own positives. And Nintendo just decided to not do that as much. Not do that at all, actually. And it wasn't all couch co-op, it wasn't all motion controls. They had more traditional games like Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess, and then some weird Pokemon spin-offs. And the Wii had no direct competitors until much later. Much later. I'm talking about, you know, motion type controls. And because of the style of controller and because of all the gyroscopic abilities, it had a lot of accessories. Just thinking about the wheel from Mario Kart. We never had that, but I always wanted it because I thought it would make me a dog at Mario Kart. And the nunchuck and the Guitar Hero, all the accessories, people might still have them laying in a closet or attic somewhere in their house. But arguably, the most important accessories of the Wii came out way before the Wii even debuted. Nintendo was adding even more value to this product by making GameCube games and accessories usable or compatible, I should say, with the Wii, which added built-in value to Nintendo family returning customers that may have been disappointed with the GameCube. I don't know if you remember this, but it just had an attachment on the top where you would just stick in, you know, the GameCube Wavebird and it would work perfectly fine. For all of those people who didn't like the motion controls, that was there for you. And for everybody who wanted to play Smash or Call of Duty without using motion controls, that was an option for you too. But that was during the Wii era. After the Wii era, there was different competitors that kind of popped up, like the Kinect for the Xbox 360, or the Kinect for Xbox One, or PlayStation Move, which was a total failure. And they weren't really good copies when compared to the Wii. Kinect should have been, because you didn't need a Wii controller, so that it should have been a good copy, but it just couldn't copy what Nintendo was actually doing with the games and products and IPs and first parties. And the Wii just generally made Nintendo one of the top dogs in the gaming industry yet again. After the Wii, in 2012, the Wii came out with this weird separate console but also extension of the Wii called the Wii U. Again, grammatically confusing. But the naming wasn't the only thing that was confusing, because people were just generally confused on the capabilities of what they were buying. You couldn't take the Wii U that far from the base Wii and station. Like, it wasn't that mobile when compared to the later Switch. And there was a lack of third-party interest. People just didn't want to put their third-party games on this Nintendo device called the Wii U. But to be honest with you, side note, the lack of a third party killing Nintendo, that doesn't even sound right, because Nintendo was the kings of first party titles. So it's like, what does not having third party titles even mean to them specifically? But anyways, you can't take your Wii U in the car with you. You can only use it, I don't know, if your parents were using the TV for some other reason, you could play Wii games on an extremely small system if you wanted to do that for some reason. And then after the Wii U came the Switch in 2017. And the Switch was basically the best parts of the Wii mixed with what the Wii U was supposed to be, what we thought it was gonna be, all mixed into one console that also became super successful. Editor, quickly and concisely answer the question of, is the Switch more better than the Wii? Yeah, yeah. Do that, please. But anyways, for how successful the Switch had ended up becoming, the Wii was very obviously the foundation of the ideas of the Switch. Also, when it came to remembering the Wii, all Wii games from that era are very polarizing when we look back on them, with the most polarizing thing about them being the motion controls, especially for games like Call of Duty, especially for games like Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword. People still argue to this day, are those good Zelda games? And people have switched to they are after the remakes came out recently for the Switch. But back then, before the Switch HD remake came out, it was an actual legitimate excuse for not playing or skipping the Zelda games entirely, while other people love them, even with the motion controls. And the same can be said for the Metroid Prime games and all that other stuff. How do y'all feel about the motion controls? Honestly, I mean, it's safe to say now, I mean, this product is what, nearly 20 years old. So it's like, I think you can air out your opinions now without being publicly ridiculed. But yeah, like I said, the Wii was so perfectly niche that it no longer made gaming niche. Gaming was niche before, when you had to learn, and it was just basically something you picked up as a kid, and if you didn't pick it up as a kid, you just were never gonna pick it up. How am I supposed to know that left trigger is universally aiming down sights in every shooting game? Traditional gamers buy a game and are a baseline good at it just because they played other games like it. The Wii said, to hell with all of that, we're gonna give everybody an even playing field, and it worked. So gaming was no longer niche for a specific group of people who already been knowing a whole bunch of stuff. It was really now for everyone. No matter where you came from, or what you were doing, you could pick up a Wii remote and just get to playing. As a matter of fact, you could just walk in on somebody playing with the Wii, see what they were doing, and automatically pick up on easy how to play with the Wii, which made it inviting because they were most likely playing a game that you could also couch co-op with them. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? We already know that the Wii raised a whole generation. And I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but the sun has gone down while I'm recording this. So I hope I don't look too dark. And of course that turns off while I'm recording. Anyways, the way I remember the Wii, I loved it. I came to it a little bit late, but sometimes being late to the party is the best way to go because all the games were ready. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Can't believe I forgot about that one. That was a banger. Wii Sports Resorts. I got my revenge on Matt in that one. But yeah, the Wii was a goated console. I just made a video about the PS1 versus N64, and then I was just sitting on my couch, this one right here, and I was thinking the Wii was amazing. And to be honest with you, I'm thinking a whole bunch of other consoles are amazing. And a lot of people are commenting on the past video about the Sega Genesis or the Sega Saturn and all that other stuff. And it's like, you know what? Maybe we can deep delve into all these consoles and why they failed, why they didn't fail, why they were important, why they weren't important, why they were skipped over, why nobody remembers them. There's just so many questions to answer and ask about this. So let's get to it. Thank y'all for watching this video. Pop into the streams, like the videos, you know what I'm saying? We got streams coming up. It's probably not gonna be Pokemon based, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be having trivia quizzes. We got SpongeBob quiz, we already did that. Dragon Ball quiz is coming up soon. DreamCon, I'm gonna be live streaming that because I'm going to that with some of the homies, you feel me? So I'm gonna be live streaming that. I don't know if I already went by the time of this video, but who cares? You know what I'm saying? Show love to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Spread love, give inspiration in all you do. Dust off that old Wii you got. And peace out.
Welcome to the Crash Show. Take two.